I'm pleased to announce that we've managed to get hold of a new assay, a new kind of test that my friend and colleague, Dr. Nick Cortes, has managed to procure for us, which I think is being featured today in the news. This is the same test as we currently carry out, but the process doesn't take 8 to 12 hours, it takes 5 minutes. So this will make a dramatic difference in the way that we test. But remember, this test only tells you if you are carrying an infection and are infectious now. So it only works for a small window. There's no point in seeking a test to see if you've had it, because invariably the test will be negative. We're buying tens of thousands of them. We've actually got the machines in Gibraltar now. We're just waiting for the final assay to arrive, I hope in a week or so. And we bought huge numbers of them. So I would assume that it will be possible for us to test people who are reporting symptoms to be able to establish whether they actually have the condition or not. I'm sure that's going to radically change the way that people approach this. Well, the good news is the machines are here. They arrived last week. And actually the assays are here. What we're waiting for is the primer and the substrate that goes through. And the team that actually developed the assay and the primer is actually the one that Dr. Nick Cortes is part of, which has enabled us in actual fact to get this test sooner than the rest of England will. And it uses a faster method. It uses the same polymerase chain reaction, the same genetic mechanism behind it is exactly the same as the longer test, but it does some bit of magic, is the best way to describe it, to get the result in 5 minutes. So we have tested other people. Initially, I think we were doing that in a slightly ad hoc approach, but the law has changed. It changed on Friday. And as death certification rules now are under the emergency, everyone that dies will have a swab taken so that we can be sure that someone who has died hasn't died with COVID. Of course, there's a difference between dying with the disease and dying of the disease. If you die of the disease, you almost invariably have pneumonia and you have problems breathing. If you die with the disease, you may die of another condition, but you may have just coincidentally at that time either have the virus, or in fact the virus may have just been enough to tip your life over into that scenario. So we're going to be doing that for every death from now on.